long for the freedom to determine their destiny, the dignity that comes with work, the comfort that comes with faith, and the justice that exists when governments serve their people and not the other way around.
It's hard to imagine that in the United States, it's August. People are on vacation. It's August in Bangladesh, and these workers are working 20 hours a day making our clothing.
Do we ever stop to think who makes the products we buy? Do we ever stop to imagine the human face behind the label? All across the developing world, the workers who make our product are young people. 80% of them are women 16 to 25 years old who are locked in factories and forced to work under harsh sweatshop conditions. There are 1.8 million garment workers in Bangladesh, in 3,600 factories, sewing over 900 million garments a year for export to the U.S. All the giant U.S. retailers produce there. This is the human face behind the global economy, which the companies do not want us to see.
In other words, true democracy, real freedom, is hard work. Those in power have to resist the temptation to crack down on dissidents.
It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know. If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they are actually trying to do, you know, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane. You know, but I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that.
A few meters away, at the heart of the city's posh neighbourhood, thousands of Afghan immigrants live or barely survive in a slum. Crammed into hideous, unhygienic conditions, they remain focused on their European dream. More and more immigrants flock here every day, and the situation has worsened in recent months. Most of them are sick with pneumonia or hepatitis, and many of them tell us how they have been beaten by the police. The situation is visibly unbearable, and for most of them, the trip to Italy is short. In their effort to sneak inside a boat heading west, they get arrested by the police, sometimes violently.
I mean, the truth is that this country and the world have been run by rich and powerful men from the beginning of time. Began with slavery. They owned the workers and the land. If any slave objected, he was flogged or hanged, and that kept them in order. And the only real wealth in the world is land and the resources that lie under it and the people. They are the real source of wealth. And until really quite recently, working people had no rights at all.
Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice. It is the only way, the one way, to protect our common security and advance our common humanity.
Corporate America, i.e. the biggest businesses that we've ever known in our history, have come to dominate politics to such an extent that no decisions can be made which in any way undermine their interests.
There are some irresponsible corporations, and I think they will actually be out of business because they're spending too much money making things nobody wants, the things that we used to call wastes and emissions, but that we are now learning to call unsaleable production.
I think, in a sense, relying on big business, which often funds, I would say probably 90% of scientific research today is funded by big business, we're not going to get the answers we want.